Have you ever watched your senior dog try to get up from their bed in the morning? You are sitting at the kitchen table with your coffee. You hear them stirring. You glance over. And what you see stops your heart just a little. They lift their head. They shift their weight. They try to push up with their front legs. And then, they pause. They wobble. They try again. 3 seconds pass. 4 seconds. 5 seconds. Their back legs tremble underneath them like the floor is made of ice. And finally, after what feels like an eternity of watching them struggle, they make it up. They look over at you and wag their tail like nothing happened. Like they did not just spend 6 agonizing seconds fighting gravity with every ounce of strength they had left in their aging body. And you smile back at them. But the moment they look away, your smile fades. Because something you saw in those 6 seconds terrified you. It was not the struggling. It was not the wobbling. It was the look on their face while they were trying. That quiet, dignified determination to not give up. To keep trying even when every joint in their body was screaming at them to just lay back down. And you stood there watching it, completely helpless. Unable to do anything. Unable to explain to them that you would trade anything in this world to take that pain away from them. You searched online last night. You found words like arthritis, degenerative joint disease, hip dysplasia, spinal degeneration. And suddenly a dog who has been your constant shadow for a decade became something fragile. Something slipping. Something you are terrified of losing. First, please put down whatever fear you are carrying right now, just for a moment. Take a slow breath. Because what is happening to your dog in those 3 seconds is not a life sentence. It is a biological signal. And once you understand exactly what that signal means, you will know precisely what to do every single morning to answer it. Hi everyone. I am Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and welcome to Paw Secrets Lab. I have spent over 12 years working with senior dogs in clinical practice. And I can tell you without any hesitation that the single question I hear most from heartbroken pet parents is this. Doctor, is there anything I can actually do at home? Or do I just have to watch them slow down? The answer is yes. There is absolutely something you can do. And it starts every single morning, before your senior dog even takes their first step. What if I told you that those 3 to 5 seconds your dog struggles to stand are not random? They are your dog's body sending you a precise, readable message about exactly what system is breaking down inside their joints and muscles. And what if I told you there is a specific morning sequence, used by veterinary rehabilitation specialists, that can dramatically reduce that standing time, ease their daily pain, and restore a level of energy and mobility you may have thought was gone forever? In today's masterclass at Paw Secrets Lab, we are going to do 4 things together. First, in Chapter 1, we are going to decode exactly what is happening inside your senior dog's body during those painful morning seconds. You will finally understand the real science behind why mornings are always the hardest. Then in Chapter 2, I am going to teach you the morning activation sequence. This is a specific set of 5 gentle movements you can perform with your dog in under 4 minutes that wakes up their joints, restores circulation, and dramatically reduces morning stiffness before they ever try to stand. In Chapter 3, I am going to reveal the overnight reset protocol. These are 4 things you must change about your dog's sleeping environment tonight that directly determine how much pain they feel when morning comes. And in Chapter 4, I am going to give you the critical warning signs that tell you when morning stiffness has crossed a line that requires immediate veterinary attention, not home management. Hit that subscribe button right now and join our growing family of educated, empowered pet parents here at Paw Secrets Lab. Grab something to write with. Your senior dog needs you fully present for this one. Let us begin. Welcome to Chapter 1. The biology of the slow rise. Before we can help your senior dog get up easier, we have to understand exactly what is happening inside their body during those terrible struggling seconds. Because when you truly understand the science, the solution becomes completely logical. Here is what most pet owners do not know. Healthy joints are not bone grinding on bone. Inside every one of your dog's joints, there is a remarkable substance called synovial fluid. Think of it as a thick, biological lubricating oil that keeps every joint moving smoothly and painlessly. This fluid cushions the cartilage, delivers nutrients to the joint tissue, and allows your dog to move freely without friction or pain. But here is the critical problem for senior dogs. Synovial fluid is not static. It is dynamic. It responds directly to movement and body temperature. When your dog sleeps for 6, 7, 8 hours overnight, two catastrophic things happen to that fluid simultaneously. First, the fluid thickens. Just like cold motor oil becomes sluggish and stiff in winter, synovial fluid becomes viscous and resistant when a body is still for hours. The fluid that was silky and free-flowing when your dog was active yesterday evening has become thick, sluggish, and ineffective by morning. Second, your dog's core body temperature drops slightly during deep sleep. And cooler joints mean even thicker, less effective synovial fluid. This is why morning is always the worst time for a senior dog with joint issues. Their biological lubrication system has essentially gone cold overnight. Now layer a second problem on top of that. Your senior dog has also lost a significant amount of what scientists call fast-twitch muscle memory. In a young dog, the muscles surrounding every joint are strong, warm, and ready to fire instantly. They provide a powerful support system that compensates for any joint stiffness. But in a senior dog, those support muscles have weakened and atrophied over years. They need time to activate. They need a signal to wake up. And without that signal, your dog's joints carry the entire weight of standing up completely alone, with no muscular support, while filled with cold, thick, poorly lubricating fluid. That is precisely why those 3, 4, 5 seconds happen. Your dog is not being dramatic. Their biological systems are genuinely not ready to support a standing motion yet. Their body is screaming for a warm-up that nobody has been giving it. But here is the extraordinary thing. Synovial fluid is remarkably responsive to gentle movement and warmth. Even 30 seconds of specific, targeted motion can transform thick, cold synovial fluid back into something closer to its healthy, flowing state. The muscles surrounding the joint can be gently activated before standing is even attempted. And when both systems are primed and ready, your dog rises with dramatically less struggle, dramatically less pain, and dramatically more dignity. This is the entire foundation of what I am about to teach you. We are going to give your dog's body the morning signal it is desperately waiting for. Welcome to Chapter 2. The Morning Activation Sequence. This is the core of everything. This is the 4-minute routine that your senior dog needs every single morning before they attempt to stand. You perform this while they are still lying comfortably in their bed. You do not need any equipment. You do not need any special training. All you need is your warm hands and exactly 4 minutes of your morning. Here is the sequence, step by step. Movement 1. The hip warm-up. 60 seconds. Kneel beside your dog while they are lying on their side. Place one hand gently but firmly on their hip joint. Using slow, gentle circular motions with your palm, apply light warmth and pressure in circles approximately the size of a tennis ball. You are not massaging deeply. You are not pushing hard. You are simply transferring the warmth from your hand into the joint capsule and encouraging blood flow into the area. Do this for 30 seconds on one hip, then gently encourage them to shift and repeat on the other side for 30 seconds. You will feel the muscles around the hip begin to soften slightly under your palm. That softening is the joint beginning to wake up. Movement 2. The leg extension cycle. 60 seconds. Still with your dog lying down, take their back leg gently with both hands. One hand cups the area just above the knee. Your other hand supports just above the paw. Very slowly, gently extend the leg backward into a comfortable, natural stretch. Hold it for 3 seconds. Then gently bend it back toward their belly. Extend and hold. Bend and return. You are cycling the joint through its natural range of motion while it is still warm and supported, and while your dog is completely relaxed. Do 5 slow, gentle cycles on each back leg. This movement physically pumps the synovial fluid back into every surface of the joint capsule. You are essentially hand-priming the biological lubricant system before your dog needs it. Movement 3. The spine gentle tap. 30 seconds. With your dog still lying down, use your fingertips to perform a very light, rhythmic tapping motion along either side of your dog's spine. Start at the base of the neck and work slowly toward the tail. Do not press on the spine itself. Work the muscles that run alongside it. This gentle percussion activates the deep spinal support muscles that your dog desperately needs engaged before standing. Think of it like tapping awake the team of support workers who have been sleeping all night. They need to know the workday is starting. Movement 4. The paw circulation press. 30 seconds. Take each paw gently in your hands and apply a soft, squeezing pressure to the pads for 3 seconds, then release. Work through all 4 paws. This triggers a remarkable reflex response that sends a circulation signal up through the leg and into the joints above. It sounds almost too simple. But the paw pads are extraordinarily rich in nerve endings, and stimulating them tells the entire leg to prepare for weight-bearing activity. Veterinary rehabilitation therapists use this technique before every assisted walking session. Movement 5. The warmth hold. 60 seconds. Finally, place both of your warm hands gently over your dog's hip joints simultaneously. Apply no pressure. Simply hold. Let your body heat transfer into their joints for a full 60 seconds while you talk to them softly. Tell them good morning. Tell them they are a good dog. Tell them today is a good day. This final step is not just about warmth. The sound of your calm, loving voice during physical contact releases oxytocin in your dog's brain, which is the bonding hormone that also has measurable pain-reducing effects. Your love is literally biological medicine. After completing all 5 movements, step back, give your dog a moment, and watch what happens. In the vast majority of senior dogs who receive this sequence consistently, the standing time begins to decrease within 4 to 7 days. Some owners report their dog standing in under 2 seconds within 2 weeks of daily practice. Not because the underlying joint condition disappeared, but because the biological systems that support movement are now being properly prepared each morning instead of being ambushed cold. Welcome to Chapter 3. The Overnight Reset Protocol. Here is a truth that surprises almost every senior dog owner I work with. The work you do in the morning only solves half the problem. The other half happens the night before, while your dog sleeps. Because what your dog sleeps on, where they sleep, and how their body temperature is maintained overnight directly determines how thick and painful their synovial fluid will be when morning comes. These are the 4 overnight changes you must make starting tonight. Change 1. Elevate the sleeping surface. If your senior dog is sleeping on a flat floor mat or a thin traditional dog bed, their joints are spending 8 hours pressing against a hard, cold, unforgiving surface. Every point of contact becomes a pressure zone. Blood flow to the joint is restricted exactly where it needs to be flowing freely. You need an orthopedic memory foam dog bed with a minimum of 3 inches of solid foam. Not fiber fill. Not cotton stuffing. Solid foam that does not compress flat under their weight. This single change is the most impactful overnight modification you can make. The foam conforms to the joint, distributes pressure evenly, and maintains blood flow through the entire sleeping period. Change 2. Keep the sleeping area warm. A drop of even 5 to 7 degrees in ambient room temperature overnight will cause measurable thickening of synovial fluid in a senior dog. If your dog sleeps near a cold exterior wall, a drafty hallway, or directly under an air conditioning vent, you are manufacturing worse mornings every single night. Move their bed to the warmest, most draft-free area of your home. If your climate is cold, consider a self-warming pet blanket. The goal is to keep your dog's body temperature as stable as possible through the night so the synovial fluid never has a chance to fully thicken. Change 3. Raise the bed slightly off the floor. Getting down onto the floor and up from the floor are the 2 most joint-stressful movements a senior dog makes all day. A sleeping surface that is raised 4 to 6 inches off the ground means your dog does not have to fold their joints as deeply to lie down, and does not have to fight gravity as aggressively to rise. Many excellent orthopedic dog beds come with low-rise frames precisely for this reason. If yours does not, placing it on a non-slip mat over a low platform makes an enormous difference. Change 4. Provide a pre-sleep joint supplement. This is not optional for a dog who is showing morning stiffness. A high-quality glucosamine and chondroitin supplement given with their evening meal works overnight to support the cartilage and synovial fluid production cycle while they sleep. The evening timing is intentional. These supplements work over hours. Giving them at night means they are actively working while your dog rests and their joint systems undergo their natural overnight repair processes. Ask your veterinarian for a veterinary-grade option rather than a general pet store brand. The concentration and bioavailability difference is significant. Welcome to Chapter 4. The warning signs you cannot ignore. Everything I have shared with you today is designed to help dogs whose morning stiffness is a manageable joint and mobility issue. But I have a profound professional responsibility to tell you clearly that sometimes morning stiffness is not about joints at all. Sometimes it is a signal of something that requires urgent veterinary attention. Here are the signs that tell you to stop the home protocols immediately and call your veterinarian today. If your dog cries, whimpers, or vocalizes during the struggle to stand, that level of pain is beyond what morning joint stiffness typically produces. That is acute pain that needs professional assessment. If the stiffness is progressing rapidly, meaning your dog went from a 2-second delay to a 10-second delay within a single week, that rate of change suggests something actively deteriorating rather than chronic managed stiffness. If you notice one leg that shakes or trembles independently while the others appear stable, this can indicate a neurological issue rather than a joint issue. These require completely different treatment approaches and should never be managed at home. If your dog refuses food in the morning alongside the stiffness, the combination of appetite loss and mobility loss together is a critical signal. Individually, they can be minor. Together, they indicate systemic illness that needs blood work and examination. And finally, if your dog loses the ability to stand at all, even momentarily, please do not wait. Do not try one more home remedy. Do not search one more forum. Call your veterinarian immediately. Some causes of sudden inability to stand are time-sensitive emergencies where hours matter. Your gut as a loving pet parent is also a diagnostic tool. If something feels deeply wrong beyond gradual slowing down, trust that feeling. You know your dog better than anyone on earth. You came here today because you watched your best friend struggle to stand up. And instead of looking away or telling yourself it is just age and there is nothing to be done, you chose to learn. You chose to show up. That decision alone separates you from the majority of pet parents who accept their senior dog's decline as inevitable and unchangeable. Your dog does not know what arthritis means. They do not understand synovial fluid or joint capsules or muscle atrophy. All they know is that every morning when they open their eyes, the first thing they see is your face. The first voice they hear is yours. And when your warm hands begin that gentle morning sequence on their tired joints, they do not know it is therapy. They just know that you are there. That you are touching them softly. That you are talking to them gently. That they are safe and loved and not alone in whatever their body is going through. That is the most powerful medicine that exists on this planet. And you are already giving it. The morning activation sequence and the overnight reset protocol are not miracle cures. They are daily acts of devotion translated into biological support. They take 4 minutes in the morning. They take one thoughtful decision about a sleeping surface. And in return, they give your senior dog more comfortable mornings, more confident movement, and more good days than they would have had without you. I want to hear about your dog. Tell me in the comments below, how many seconds does your senior dog currently take to stand? And after you try the morning activation sequence this week, come back and tell me if you see a difference. Your story will give hope to every other heartbroken owner reading through these comments tonight wondering if there is anything left they can do. If this masterclass gave you one new tool, one new piece of hope, one new way to help your senior dog this week, please tap that like button gently. It tells the universe and the YouTube algorithm that senior dog welfare matters and it helps us reach the families who need this information most. Subscribe to Paw Secrets Lab and join our incredible community of educated, devoted pet parents who refuse to stop fighting for their animals. I am Dr. Sarah Mitchell. Prepare that warm bed tonight. Set your alarm 4 minutes early tomorrow. And go give your senior dog the morning they deserve. I will see you in the very next video.